What's going on with your fam? What's going on with your fam? It's your boy, Mr. Wind Down Wednesday, aka the To Be King, coming to you on this beautiful Wednesday after Mighty Gras. Man, if you're from the South or man, if you're from all over, I'm pretty sure that you've heard about Mighty Gras. And this year we was doing a little bit something a little different. We was doing Mighty Gras between New Orleans and Alabama. And we wanted to see who had the best Mardi Gras. Was it the birthplace of Mardi Gras, Mobile, Alabama? Or was it I guess you could say the more popular or well-known Mardi Gras in New Orleans, Louisiana? Being someone who was raised in Mobile and who has been to every parade while I was home, except for when I was in the military or lived in other cities. I was definitely at Mobile Mardi Gras, man, from when my grandmama took me to a little kid for people down in Mobile, when the old press register was down there on Government Street, right across from where the Holiday Inn is at right now, man. That's where we used to stand on North Claiborne and in Government Street, man, watching the parades come by, watching the floats and different things of that nature. So now, being in Louisiana, I figured let me see what all the fuss is about. Because of course, if you're in Mobile, the consensus is you could care less about what's going on in New Orleans Mardi Gras, right? Since Mobile is the birthplace, right? So Mobile feels like they have the best Mardi Gras. New Orleans say that they have the best Mardi Gras. So I was able to go to quite a few of the parades here in New Orleans, and I wanted to give a little breakdown of what I thought about the parades that I went to. I broke it down in a few categories, but I'm gonna give an overall look on it. And one of the things that I will say, my first thing I did was, of course, some people get caught up in the floats, right? And obviously, if you're gonna be throwing stuff, you got to throw it on something. You just can't do motorcades all Mardi Gras season, right? So I looked at the floats, and I will say that yes, New Orleans does have the better floats over Mobile. They have a bunch of huge floats, man. They have double decker floats. They have like triple connected, what I'm saying, floats, man. And the floats are actually like filled with people. There's no empty spaces or things like that. So from that standpoint, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I give it to New Orleans when it just comes, what I'm saying, just to the look of the floats and the size of the floats, man. Their floats are freaking huge. So I did give that to them. Another thing that it comes around is Mardi Gras is you think of the bands, right? You think of the bands and giving you that pumped up feeling. Of course, marching in the band in high school. I was a part of many Mardi Gras, and um, Mobile at one point. I mean, every night you was gonna have a great band. Every night, every night, right? But with this, they had a lot more of the HBCU bands here in New Orleans, man, from Mississippi Valley State, obviously, Southern, Alcorn March, Texas Southern March, Talladega March, and not just like on like, what I'm saying, towards the end of the parade season, but they was like all in the beginning, throughout the middle, what I'm saying, of the parade season, those HBCUs march. And then you had your Edna Cars, you had your St. Augustine's, man, you had man, shout out to Craig Mount out of, I think they're out of Memphis, Tennessee, man. Shout out to Roots of Music. It's like if you're familiar in Mobile with Texas Street, the band that they had, I know they changed it to something else now, when they had like the community kids playing. Roots of Music was a group of kids between 8 and 14, huge, and hey, they sounded like a powerful high school band coming around that corner playing. So I think that they had a lot more dynamic bands from having the HBCUs just coming through in the middle of the parade season. Not like how you'll see maybe on the Skinny Monday you'll see a HBCU. On Fat Tuesday you'll see a HBCU normally, but throughout the parade season here in New Orleans you saw those HBCUs come through. You know what I'm saying, on the norm. So that was a great experience, and of course The high schools seem like they may take their band a little bit more seriously here, but that's another story for another day. Now, when it comes to the throws, I will say this. They throw a lot. Right? However, they throw a lot of the same stuff. Like you're gonna catch a lot, but it's gonna be a lot of the same stuff. It was one night I caught a total of 30 cups. All of them was the same cups from float number 1 to float number 31. You know what I'm saying? All of them was throwing the same cups. There was no diversity, you know what I'm saying, in it. The throws in Mobile, you don't know what you're going to catch. You know, so of course it's going to be the traditional stuff, the oatmeal cream pies, the moon pies, the candy, you know what I'm saying, the things of that nature. But also, you may catch some weave. You may catch some personal hygienic products. You may catch a toaster oven. You may catch a TV. You don't know what you're gonna catch. You know what I'm saying at Mobile Mardi Gras, man. So this was like a huge gap to me. The throws that you see in New Orleans versus the throws that you see in Mobile. It was a huge difference, disparity, whatever kind of word you want to use. That's what it. You know what I'm saying. That's what it was. One thing that I did that I also noticed as well is that it varies also night by night. It was one night, hey, if they made eye contact with you, you call and you, hey, they was throwing it. It was other nights where if you like, hey, and they made eye contact with you, they was like, you know what I'm saying, hit that number, you know what I'm saying now. And you know, in Mobile, we do have that to where you may say, hey, and people are pat something and wait till they see somebody they know, or they'll just totally overlook you and throw it to somebody right beside you that's you know what I'm saying, of a different color, you know, some different things like that. So, you know what I'm saying, we see that in Mobile, but it also goes on, you know what I'm saying, in New Orleans as well. The first couple races it didn't happen that way. But then like back to back parades, it happened that way to where, you know what I'm saying, you make eye contact with them and they just totally, you know what I'm saying, turn the other way, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. So I definitely saw the balance in that. But as far as just throws overall, it's Mobile like hands down. Like if it was like a grading scale, it would be Mobile 10 and New Orleans probably like 5.5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? And maybe on a good night, 7 for them. But Mobile is definitely, you know what I'm saying, a 10 out of 10 on that one. The crowd participation. Okay. When you were like, hey, it really ain't a lot of that, you know what I'm saying, in New Orleans, because you got some areas of the parade where they don't have barricades, right? So people just walk up to the floats with their hand out or with their baby on their neck or with a box or whatever, and they just dropping the stuff in there, just handing it, you know what I'm saying, to them. That's one thing that I didn't like. For one thing, it's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It's like super, you know what I'm saying, dangerous, man. You got kids out there running on the side of the float, trying to catch up with the float. If somebody digging down in their bag, trying to get them something, they trying to catch up with the float, you know what I'm saying, to get it. So I didn't vibe, you know what I'm saying, with that. So I do think how they handle it in Mobile is better, especially with the barricades, you know what I'm saying, up. So that's one thing that I do believe that Mobile, you know what I'm saying, does better is the safety. But just the crowd, you know what I'm saying, participation, man, it was just kind of, even one time I went to a parade. They had a parade on a Saturday. I can't think of the name of it. Forgive me. Can't think of the name of it. But here in New Orleans, and I'm trying to get some interviews with people who say, hey, who think that they think New Orleans is the best, you know what I'm saying, Mardi Gras. And I was able to get on the DJ stage. They was doing a live, you know what I'm saying, broadcast from there. So I talked to DJ. DJ said, man, come on up. He like, that's the lady hosting right there. So I said, okay, then cool. So I let him know what I was doing. He like, oh man, he said, you finna get it started. I said, hey, that's what it is, you know. So I introduced myself. I say, hey, I'm Mr. Wind Down Wednesday with the 2020 Podcast LLC. Please say the LLC. And we doing this thing called BattleGras about who has the best Mardi Gras, you know what I'm saying, Mobile and New Orleans. I said, hey, I'm from Mobile, the birthplace of Mardi Gras. So she said, oh, no. So they had a mic and everything. So,
detected at your front door.
Oh, man. So with that, you know what I'm saying, with that going on, I got on the mic and everything, and she like, sir, where are you from? And I said, I'm from Mobile, the birthplace of Mardi Gras. And it wasn't like, You know what I'm saying? No, it wasn't it was like no reaction. You know, we're like, oh, they probably weren't paying you no mind. Now, you know, good and well, if it was on the other way around, if somebody in New Orleans came up on a DJ booth in Mobile and was like, yeah, I'm from New Orleans, where the best Mardi Gras is, you know, Mobile would have turned up on them. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, oh, we think you know, we would have turned up, you know what I'm saying, on them and be like, you know, so let them know, you know what I'm saying, representatives like, you know what I'm saying, nobody represented me. A couple people when I came down, they dapped me up and was like, yeah, man, we know y'all be doing y'all thing down there, but you know, New Orleans this and New Orleans that. I'm like, yeah, I hear you. You know what I'm saying, whatever like that. So just the crowd participation, man, it was kind of, you know what I'm saying, lacking. You really didn't see many people, you know how you know how they do in Mobile, man. They in the street line dancing, slides, and all that stuff. You really didn't see a lot of that, you know what I'm saying, going on in New Orleans. You really didn't see a lot of like outside. I maybe saw like maybe like 2 or 3 DJ booths at all the parades, you know what I'm saying, I went to. So you really didn't see, you know what I'm saying, a lot of that, you know what I'm saying, versus, you know what I'm saying, Mobile, because the routes are a lot, you know what I'm saying, friendlier. So you might be passing around and it's somebody's house and they in the front yard grilling and they got the music thumping and people, you know what I'm saying, it's one big family, you know what I'm saying, there and things of that nature. Now some people that I bumped into and we chopped it up, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit. I had on my Southern hoodie, dude, like, yeah, man, with the Southern '86, you know, we talked it up for a little bit, but overall, man, just the atmosphere of it, man, Mobile is a lot better. Even when I came back for Skinny Monday, man, um, I met 2 uncles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, not like, oh, my long lost uncle, but just people that got cool. You know what I'm saying? It felt like you was talking to your kin, to your family, things of that nature. So that was, you know what I'm saying, why I put, you know what I'm saying, Mobile over New Orleans on that as well. And like I said, the same thing, you know what I'm saying, with the atmosphere, man. I put, you know what I'm saying, Mobile, you know what I'm saying, above that. But just in just the overall, you know what I'm saying, feeling, you know what I'm saying, of everything. One thing I will say is that like it was a lot of stops and breaks in the New Orleans parade. You know what I'm saying? The parade is already long. You know what I'm saying? If y'all saw my lives, man, it was times where I left early at 10:30 and the parade was still going on. One time a parade didn't stop until 12 midnight. You know, well, left at 12 midnight and the parade, you know what I'm saying, was still, you know what I'm saying, was still going on. So their parades are long, but it's like a bunch of stops and pauses, you know what I'm saying, and breaks in it. That's one thing that I didn't like. I like a smooth, you know what I'm saying, flowing parade. Like I'm gonna understand that things gonna happen. Somebody may got hurt or a horse acting crazy, things of that nature. But it happened on like consecutive, like back to back to back to back. Like it was like a every night, you know, it's an occurrence with the breaks, you know what I'm saying, in the parade. So that's one thing that I definitely didn't like. So I just want to y'all look at it from this angle. For the people that say New Orleans parade is above and beyond better than Mobile's, and I experienced, like, I didn't go to one parade and was like, oh yeah, and I caught New Orleans on an off night. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to numerous parades. I went to parades here just like I would have went to them like I was in, you know what I'm saying, Mobile. And it just to move the meter, you know what I'm saying, for me. Like I feel like Mobile is a champ when it comes to Mardi Gras. So in order to beat the champ, you got to knock the champ out. And there was nothing that they did that overwhelmed me where I was like, yeah, buddy, like I see what they was talking about in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing like that, you know what I'm saying, happened. You know, a lot of people say, oh, well, there's so many people that be in New Orleans for. You got to think about this. New Orleans is already a tourist city, right? So you're going to already have people here out of the norm for whatever it is they want to go see. Whether they here to see the Pelicans play, you know what I'm saying, or whether they here to catch a show or something like that. So it's always going to be people that are coming off the cruise ship. Like, oh, well, shoot, we here off the cruise. We might well stay here for Mardi Gras. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So it's already a tourist city. So you're already going to have those influx, you know what I'm saying, of people, you know what I'm saying, here.
Someone was detected at your front door.
The thing about, you know what I'm saying, Mobile is that if you coming out during Mardi Gras season, you coming out for Mardi Gras. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying, oh, I'm coming here to see the Mardi Gras Museum. Oh, well, I might always stay for Mardi Gras. No, you coming, you know what I'm saying, to check out, you know what I'm saying, Mardi Gras. So that's one thing I will say is that the sensationalism, I think New Orleans Mardi Gras is more sensationalized just because the fact it's New Orleans. You know, you got the Saints, you got the Pelicans, you know what I'm saying? You got the Riverwalk, like you got all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, going on. So you just tie that in with coming here to Mardi Gras, and it's like a big culmination, you know what I'm saying, of stuff. But I think, you know, so overall, just from my experience of doing Mobile Mardi Gras and now doing New Orleans Mardi Gras, I feel like Mobile has not just because the birthplace of Mardi Gras, because I'm definitely doing this unbiased. You know, so if it was something where I like, hey y'all, New Orleans might got a case. You know, what I'm saying, like I say it just like I say about the floats and the bands, because that's true. The floats and bands are better here in New Orleans, but just the overall, you know what I'm saying, the overall experience, atmosphere, everything, man, I'm definitely going with Mobile, you know what I'm saying, hands down. I don't think it's close. I don't think um matter of fact, if which I care less about floats, right? Because I'm not gonna be like, man, you remember that float that came through on Thursday night, man? That thing was so. I'm not gonna be like that, but I am gonna be like, man, remember last year, man, when the old boy caught that TV off the float? Or remember last year, man, they was throwing connectors or they was throwing weed. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you're gonna remember. You know what I'm saying? Like we still talk about something from way back in 2019 when I caught a Popeyes biscuit. You know what I'm saying? Off of a off of a float. You know what I'm saying? People still talk about stuff from last year when they was 1 year when they was throwing, they threw connectors this year. But when people are like, oh man, I hope they could throw connectors again. They was throwing them last year. You know what I'm saying? It's videos where people catching toaster ovens, people catching TVs. I mean, it's just a different kind of, you know what I'm saying, thing. Like these beads, like they cool, you know what I'm saying, and all like decorative, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying. But it just overall the overall experience, man. I got Mobile up. Um, I would say about 10 to 7.5, maybe an 8 for New Orleans, but I got it with a, you know what I'm saying, with a gap. And once again, I'm not saying this because I was raised in Mobile, but I'm saying this because I was able to go to enough parades in New Orleans to get, you know what I'm saying, an assessment. And it was too many parades where be like, oh, this one, because it was like a couple few parades where they really wasn't hitting on nothing. And people are like, oh, this parade don't count. You need to come to this parade. Then another night, oh, well, don't count this one either. You need to come. I'm like, but dang, how many parades you know what I'm saying you got that don't count? You know what I'm saying? Like normally, we may say, you know what I'm saying, the polka dot, you know what I'm saying, parade. You know what I'm saying? That's not been a parade that's been, but over recent years, the polka dot's been throwing, you know what I'm saying, here in Mobile. So we really don't have a lot of throwaway, you know what I'm saying, parades, you know what I'm saying, if you want to, you know what I'm saying, put it like that. Like we have a lot of parades that where everybody want to go from the first parade, Conde Cavaliers, the Conde the Conde Explorers, the Conde Explorers, all the way to the end to Mamga at, you know what I'm saying, the Fat Tuesday parade. So yeah, so all the way from the beginning to end, man, it's parades that you want to, you know what I'm saying, go see, like Saturday the Dragon Parade, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. So yeah, so that's what I would just say, man, is that New Orleans parade is straight, you know what I'm saying, but it ain't Mobile. You know what I'm saying? So don't let if you're not from Mobile and you're deciding, well, I heard New Orleans. If you want to try it out for yourself, you know what I'm saying, you can. But just don't. This is what I would say: go to both Mardi Gras, right? You know what I'm saying. If oh well, it's just 2 hours away. Catch one on this day. I would say, um, catch the Endymion Parade here Saturday, and then go to Skinny Monday, like chill Sunday, get your affairs in order, and then Monday, you know what I'm saying, come to the Skinny Parade or chill out, and come Tuesday to the Fat Tuesday, you know what I'm saying, parade. Both of those parades normally start at 3. And you know what I'm saying, be the judge, you know what I'm saying, for yourself of you know what I'm saying, who has, you know what I'm saying, the most fun, man. Like I said, like you're gonna link up with people, man. People like, hey man, come on over here. You know what I'm saying? Have a sandwich, man. Come on over here, man, and have a drink. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a big family thing. We really don't be on that type of time. Do stuff happen? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Stuff happens everywhere. Was it fights at the parade this year? Yes, it was. Just like it was a fight at the Zulu Ball, you know what I'm saying, here. So stuff, you know what I'm saying, happens or whatever. But for the overall majority, you know what I'm saying, of everything, man, I just think Mobile, nothing compares to, you know, say Mobile Parade. New Orleans may be more publicized, sensationalized, whatever kind of lies that you want to add on to it, man. But for me, And for everything that goes on in Mobile, man, I got Mobile hands down as having, the best Mardi Gras, man. So y'all make sure, and then a lot of things people like like one lady told me, she like, why you think y'all got the best Mardi Gras? I was telling her, and she like, well, y'all only do Monday and Tuesday. I'm like, who told you that? She was like, she like, yeah, y'all only do 2 days. I'm like, no, ma'am. I'm like, we normally start when y'all start. We normally start at the same time, whatever. So I don't know if that's what she thought or if other people, think that. But of course, we know our celebration like 2.5 weeks long. It's gonna start, I think, in January next year. So make sure that if y'all have never been to a parade, I would suggest coming to Mobile or more. It's more family oriented, you know. I mean, not to say that New Orleans is just buck wild. Like that's one thing. Like I like it wasn't a whole bunch of buck wild stuff, going on, but you ain't gonna see like I didn't get that. Hey man, you my hey, come on over here, cuz, come on over here, come on over here, sis, come over here, auntie. Yeah, I didn't get that vibe, from the from the New Orleans parade. But of course, in the Mobile parade, like I said, I got offered a drink, got offered food. Like people are just like big fan of this time, to have a good time, whatever. So that's my take on it, man. With BattleGras, man, between the birthplace of Mardi Gras, Mobile, Alabama, and the more sensationalized Mardi Gras, New Orleans, Louisiana, man. But make sure if y'all do get a chance, man, make sure that y'all do get a chance to go to both Mardi Gras, man, because hey, you may say New Orleans is better, and that's fine. This is just my opinion, just like it's other people's opinion who say New Orleans is better. But as long as you have a good time, as long as you have stay safe, as long as you catch stuff, and don't hurt your knee or your leg or whatever like that, man, you'll be good and you'll have a great time, man. So make sure that y'all stay safe, and as I always say, I pray that you've had a great day up until this point, and that it continues to be great. If you have not had a great day up until this point, I pray that your day does get exponentially better from this point on, man. And y'all have, a great day, man. I think that was the yard man where the ring camera kept going off. So let me see if he's done, man. But y'all have, a blessed day, a blessed evening. And once again, round one, this was year one of BattleGras with the 2020 podcast LLC. Please say the LLC a shout out to the sponsor, man, Black Renaissance Clothing Brand. Make sure I go to the website www.shopblackrenaissance.com. You can also put in promo code LLC20 and get 20% off of your entire purchase, man. So shout out to everybody, man, that tuned in. Love y'all. Y'all be blessed.